Pound for Pound Sports Entertainment. It's your host, F. Merritt. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button right now. We got world champion Hanna Gabriels in the building. What's up, champ?
Nice to meet you, and thank you, everybody. Just want to send you many kisses and much love.
All right. Let's get straight to it. We got
Yeah.
Fight coming up June 3rd, going down in Detroit, Michigan. How did that rematch come about?
Well, I've been waiting for a match for 2 years now. There were different offers, and nothing ever came down to it. So just some months ago, I was supposed to get in the ring with Franchon, and at the end, they said to me that apparently she made some racist comments about Golden Boy, and they decided not to go on or something like that. So, like I said, this opportunity showed itself probably 2 weeks ago, maybe less, a week ago. And so I say yes immediately. I don't mind the fact that I haven't been fighting. I know that she's been fighting, and she's grown a lot. But I believe in the last 5 to 6 years, I've been working in a lot of my boxing skills, because when I first fought Claressa, um, she already, in her amateur career, she did many fights, and I only did one. So in terms of experience, I felt that I was behind a lot. But we were able to do that fight, and I had already 1 year starting with the process of changing my boxing because of my inexperience, and because I didn't have school like that. I made I used to make a lot of mistakes. So I've been investing a lot of time in the technical side of it, and I think I'm ready. I'm getting my conditioning, but when it comes to the other side, I'm more than ready.
Okay, okay. You mentioned earlier that you think both of you have grown and changed as fighters. How has Claressa Shields evolved and changed as a fighter from when you fought her compared to now?
I these are things that are evident, I believe. Clarissa has a style, a dominant style. She likes to stand there and do her job. I don't think she has changed a lot. I believe that what she has grown in is just the experience, to the time in the ring. You know how that is important for us. Some people have said to me, I'm worried about you because you haven't fought in 2 years. And they are saying that because it has a weight to it. But I believe that I have what it takes. And it doesn't matter or how much she has grown. It doesn't matter what plan she brings. I believe if we have done our job, um, on the side of our things, then it should be fine. I don't mind. I don't think she is that strong. She really don't have that much power, so I'm not even worried anymore. In the first fight, I thought that she was very powerful. I thought that she could. I thought that she was stronger, but she's not. So I'm cool with it.
I mean, the first fight you dropped her, first round. I heard a rumor that you suffered a leg injury in that first fight. Was that true, or is that just a rumor?
Mm, the thing is that I have had many injuries because I used to do track and field since I was 5 years old. And what retired me from track and field was an injury in my back. Then I started boxing, and then when I was 29 years old, I had a surgery in the back. Um, but for that time, I don't remember. I don't recall being injured or anything. I believe it was just little time. It was probably the same time that we are having right now, 6 weeks the most.
Okay. Okay. I know you said that this opportunity came up within the last 2 weeks. You've been out the ring
A
for
week
two
and
years.
a week probably. A week. I started my camp on Monday and I received the news on Saturday.
Wow. Um, why not take a tune up? Because you've been out the ring for about 2 years. Why not take a tune up and then try to revisit that?
I've been trying. My promoter is Devella Entertainment, and he united himself with Probellum 2 years ago. And so he decided that that was a good opportunity because Probellum was going to make fights here in Costa Rica, and so they wanted me to fight. But it never happened. So I wish I could have a tune-up before that. I wish that I could. I've been want to fight these 2 years, but for some reason it haven't happened. So I'm not one to step back. I haven't been on the ring lately. In a fight like that, but I'm usually in the ring. I'm usually doing my job, and I think. Like a couple of years ago, I was saying, it seems like they're waiting for me to turn 83 to fight
Mhm.
me, and um, time has passed and everything, and I think they might feel that 5 years older, uh, you know, I could be I could be easier, but I'm about to show them, what these 5 years have done for me.
Okay. My next question is, what can fans expect differently in this rematch compared to the first fight?
Well, the mistakes that are evident has been corrected, and
Okay.
that's all I can say. I think that people that know boxing knows what are my weaknesses, and it was pretty evident. Defense, mostly, and those things have been corrected. I'm a more complete fighter today because I've understood what boxing really is, what boxing is really about. Because um, this is what I believe you get with experience. Just to be comfortable in a hurricane, right? You get this ability to be calm in between what is happening, and I didn't have the experience to do that before. So I will make mistakes. For example, let's say for that fight, that uppercut that put her down, I would throw it all the time in a training camp. And my husband is my coach. And he was like, no, that's never gonna work by itself. You have to do something else, right? And but it will always come out by itself. And he was very, very mad at me, and he would say, don't throw that like that, it's not gonna work. And then when the fight happened and that worked, in my mind was like, don't throw it, right? Even though it was there. And I believe that just comes with the experience, for you to be able to see certain things, and for you to be able to adjust during the fight while things are happening is not something that I could do then. And it is something that Claressa obviously is able to do, because she was able to adapt and she was able to do her job. Um, Clarissa thinks that I am mad because I lost, but I am not mad because of that. The fight was a close fight, and when it comes to boxing, it is all about the perception of the person that is watching it, And some people see me winning, some people see me losing, and some people see a draw, and that doesn't matter. What matters to me the most is if you check on the scorecards, my numbers are like if she would have whooped my butt like she did with Hammer, with all of them. And it was not that. That was not the fight. So I really want to come to this fight and show my growth. But I am cards because I didn't deserve those.
Yeah, you're getting a little choppy. Just want to let you know.
Mm.
But you,
And I know it's
um,
Detroit again, and I will have to put her, down. And if I want to win, because of I know I will not take the prize with me if I don't. But um, I never think about knockouts and stuff like that. Just don't make sense because it happens when it happens. So uh I've been focusing a lot on what my weaknesses were, trying to get my strengths, a little better. And in terms of the mindset is different. I went to fight thinking that I couldn't win, thinking that I didn't have enough, thinking that I was not strong enough, thinking that if I took the chance, I will be able to showcase my work, and that will help me out to fight more and whatever. But for women right now, but for just for a couple of women. And even though it was a great fight, I wasn't able to fight as much lately because there's not many opportunities for all of us. And so this time it is not about, let me see what I can do. This time is about what I'm going to do, and I'm ready to take those belts.
mm, okay. What did you think about Claressa Shields' last performance against Savannah Marshall?
I did not watch that fight. I couldn't. I think they didn't transmit it here in Costa Rica, so I
Yeah,
wasn't on top of it, and I haven't watched it just yet. I don't usually watch my opponent's fights because not because I think I don't need it. It's just because I believe that if they're doing the job as I'm doing it, what are their weaknesses today, they will not be tomorrow.
yeah,
And for me to stay with the idea what they are doing wrong today, um I don't like to depend on those things. um I really believe that she's gonna bring it all. I think that this is the fight of my life. I know the last fight I had with her, I didn't think it was the fight of my life, but I think today that this is the fight of my life, and I'm gonna bring it all myself. So I expect reciprocity, and I expect. She said the last time I heard her speaking, I was watching the Taylor and Serrano fight, and the interviewer said to her, well, this is such a war. Have you ever had a war like that? Would you like to have a war like that? And she said, no, I never had a war like that, but with my level of skills, I don't think I'll ever have it. And
mm,
so that's why in my statement I said I am ready to give her what she says she thinks she haven't gotten yet, and she will not, just because she's too good. And I'm about to show her um, a little bit about humility, because even though that she is the face of boxing and she has done so many great things, she's coming short on a lot of other things that will make her greater, and that can only be learned with a loss in a record.
mm, wow. This will be your second time coming into Detroit. to take
Mhm.
on Shields. If you defeat Claressa Shields in the rematch, will you make her come to Costa Rica and fight you there?
Why not? I've gone twice, and I'm the first world champion of Costa Rica, and I there's a big fan base and everything. But I'm not. I don't care about those things. I don't care about the place. I don't care about the chosen who chooses the gloves first. I don't care about any of those things. Um, I'll tell you what I care today, because when I started this my career in boxing, I was too old. I was probably 26 when I had my first professional fight, something like that. And nobody really expected a lot from me. I didn't expect from me either. Um, and in this journey, many great things have happened, and I have always tried to manage myself in a respectful uh, way, and trying to give the best that I have. But after so much that has happened, and after the industry almost trying to bury me, because when Claressa went down to 100, I don't know if you know this, but when Claressa became undisputed for 154, I was still the champion in 154. It was Decare, me, and Claressa. And she should have fought Decare, then me, and then Decare, or whatever, to unify the belts. And they did everything to avoid me. And the fight happened, and I was still the champion there. So that's why I went to the heavyweights. You know, I decided to go there, and then I'll come down. But I haven't get any fights, so I can only think that there's been closed doors for a reason, and whatever that reason is, or whatever those reasons are, um, they will probably stay as a mystery for me. But I'm for sure getting back what's mine. And so she took my belts in 154. I'm coming to take her belts, all of her belts, to let her know that she should have fight. She should have fought me then, and not let me become this monster that I am today.
Okay, okay. You just mentioned about going up to heavyweight. What went into that decision? Like, why did you have to go up to heavyweight?
Because Clarissa fought for my titles. So what's what's what okay, when I wrote my statement the day before the fight, a lot of people said, "Shut up. Why are you messing up with Clarissa's moment?" And I was like, "I'm the champion here. Why am I supposed to shut up about the fact that she should have fought me here? Because I was the reigning champion for 10 years, and I went up to her division to fight her. So why should I shut up?" They wanted me to shut up because they wanted me to say nothing. They don't want nobody to mess with their goat thing. So, there are forces also. It is not all magical and beautiful for all women. Like I said, it's beautiful for a couple, but it is not for the rest. And we cannot forget that. We cannot be silent about these things. And I couldn't. If I wouldn't say nothing, then they would have said, well, you didn't say anything, right? So 2 weeks before that fight, I decided to go on to the heavyweights. And in my statement, I said to her, I'm going to go for the heavyweights. And then I'm going to go for the super middleweight. And then I'm going to go for your weight. And then we will fight, because you will be obligated to fight me this time. But I could have never fought these 2 years. I couldn't fought Perkins. I couldn't fought anybody. They didn't allow me. They didn't give me fights. I actually got my release in just 2 weeks ago, and because of this opportunity came out, I was like, okay, give me my release, and then if you get this fight, then I'll keep working with y'all, right? And that's what happens. But I decided it because I didn't have any other option. I was the champion there, and they didn't even care because of the media, because of the big picture, and all of these things. And I understand. I did not do this without respect, but I had to say something. And so I came up to heavyweights. Nothing has happened there. And now the opportunity is here, and I'm not about to waste it.
I mean, you just said that you asked for your release, so you're not signed to Ludabella anymore.
Yes, they gave me my release because of what Probellum, because things didn't work out with Probellum. So, because they, I think that Lou was sent off Probellum, and I don't know what other things, but nothing happened. They are separated from Probellum. I think that Probellum is not longer Probellum. I don't know, but they wanted to get this opportunity. So I told them, yes, I would love to. You are my team, but I haven't fought in 2 years, and people think I'm retired. These are the implications of signing a promotional contract that hasn't been executed. And so, they were fair enough, kind enough to respect that. They gave me my release, but as I told them, loyalty for me is important, and that's why in the meantime I never did anything to get out of, to fight anywhere else or something like that. But today is about them proving that they want me. This fight is gonna set up a lot of things for me. If I lose, then I lose. But if I win, um, things have to be different.
Do you think boxing today is not about the skill, it's not about the game, it's all a popularity contest?
It is all a popularity contest. It's all about Instagram and YouTube followers, and it bothers me because we are really missing the point here. And uh, I've seen in the last months how women are being portrayed, and it is, because of the media and how much exposure you get. Everybody seems to be okay with it, but like it, and I'm not that type of figure. So I believe that has to do with a lot also, not with me not being in the ring, because I am just not showing my body like that. And so I cannot call up onto that much attention, and I don't want to mix up myself with those things. But it has definitely changed a lot. Um, it is not anymore. It is not anymore even about the fights, because if you, like, when I fought Claressa, she was like, "Oh well, Claressa was stronger," and I was like, "Well, she's bigger." That was not that was not the discussion. The discussion is, in a ring, who is able to use the resources, and as how many resources that boxer has, and how able is the boxer to how much able is the boxer to apply, to execute, because there's many differences. But it just seems like today is all about the power punches, and I have taken note of those things. I've noticed that it goes like that. And so I've been working on those things too. Because when I get on the ring, I don't want those things to affect my performance. I don't want those things to define my fight and how I'm gonna win or lose that fight. I'm gonna I'm gonna make sure that I am executing enough so that there is no doubt who the winner is going to be.
Absolutely. We got some great fighters. You know, Katie Taylor, Claressa Shields, Alicia Baumgartner, Amanda Serrano. Are you happy with where women's boxing is going today?
More or less, I'm happy that they are getting better purses. I am happy that they are getting the exposure that they need. I'm not happy with the way that people is trying to portray the women in this sport. It is so sexual that it bothers me. Um, and I am not happy with the fact that we women, we know what's the struggle, but when we are there, we don't remember. And we tend to forget that the struggle is for everyone. So I'm hoping that this time I can do something different about that. And I have never had that much power or that much exposure or that much, publicity or whatever. But if I win, uh, it will be. And then I will find a way.
You talked about the Francine Cruz fight not happening. Like, I was excited when I heard that rumor. I'm like, oh, that's gonna be a good fight right there. So what happened?
Like I said, what I was told didn't make sense to me
Yeah.
because I was like, she's not even with Golden Boy. Why would Golden Boy put money for that fight, right? So it is a bunch of nonsense. That's what I was told, and I know it's nonsense. But it just seems like to be honest, if I ask for the last 2 years, nobody can give me answers.
Mm.
Just didn't get fights, and I believe it has to do with the same thing. It has to do with money because I'm I'm probably on the list of bigger names because I've been in this for such a long time. But when they offer fights or when they offer my opponents, sometimes they offer too low money or they wanna charge more than I charge. Like I'm honest to you, my contract was $15,000, the minimum purse, and that was the minimum purse, and they wanted to charge 25,000, 30,000, 50,000. And so how am I gonna get fights if they want that much money? And I know that they asked for that much money because of the name that I have. It seemed like I had a backup, right? And they know that they're taking risks. So I understand that they want collect. They want to collect. I want to collect too, but it just hasn't been that financial power behind me, and that's all right. I think it's going to change if we pull up the win.
Do you think a lot of women's struggles in women's boxing is because of just the promoters and picking the right team?
I think it has to do with how the business goes. It's just it goes the same for men and for women. It's just like men, like in if you think about boxing and men, there's so many. There's the thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of boxers. If you think about their situation, it's the same. There's only a few out of the bunch that are able to get what we all dream about. Um, it is mostly unfair for the rest, and so I think that of course, if we are the end of the chain, the problem has to be all around how is managed. But people is used to it, and people will not do it the other way, and so it is fine. I'm not fighting with the way things are done. I'm just saying it because I think it needs to be heard. It needs to be taken into consideration
Hmm.
because it is the reality.
So, what do you think collectively women could do to make boxing bigger for you guys?
Collectively, not much. We don't seem to be very supportive, to all of us. And there is I'm a self-defense and empowerment and self-defense instructor for women and for kids. And the other day, the last month was the International Women's Day, and there's a lot of activities in that month. And I remember a woman saying, "Hey, we are all women. Why can't we all agree?" And I was like, because being a woman is not enough to agree. We will never agree. We have different perceptions, different opinions, different experiences, different everything. We don't have to agree. Like, why are you expecting us to agree with whatever you say just because you look like me? I mean, we have to we this culture of just supporting whatever because and it's all black and white is driving me crazy because there's no substance, and people don't go into things, and they don't go profound on things. And so of course they don't, it is uncomfortable to have conversations like that and to have different opinions. But just because it's uncomfortable, we don't have to ignore it or not just not do it. And this is the conversation that I believe, or the situation that is going in. If you're not supporting something 100%, then you are a hater, then you are jealous, then you are greedy, then you are this. And as a society, we are making a lot of mistakes. We have to have a room. We have to have room to converse. We have to have room to discuss things, and even if we don't agree, to be okay and respect um, what we are all about.
Hmm. What advice do you have for other women looking to get into boxing?
Um, my first advice is um, try to try to know yourself. Try to go deep and confront yourself. There's people say, don't listen to what others have to say and all of these things, but then we find listening to what others say if we like it, right? And it is the biggest trap, because if you are interested on listening to what makes you feel good, eventually, the moment that something doesn't make you feel good is going to be a big problem for you.
Yep.
So I would say just get to know yourself and make a decision, because if you're getting into boxing, this is a tough sport. You will find that very unique punch that will make you ask yourself if you are made for this or not, if you want to go on or not. And it will be critical for you um, to know what are your goals, what are your expectations. You have to define that first, because then you're going to start walking, and there's going to be many distractions, and there's going to be many problems, and there's going to be many closed doors, and many of the elements that are outside of you will always be resistance. But then if you don't know yourself and if you don't know these things about yourself, the first resistance that you will find and you will not know about is yourself. So to me it was accepting Jesus in my heart and just letting go on all the bullshit and just confronting myself and stop the circle that I was living in and that I was sick of, and giving myself the opportunity to see where the excellence that I could bring into my life, where that excellence could take me, and see what Jesus had for me and for my life. But it definitely had to do a lot with going in and understanding what was going on, what was what was a problem for me, I what was the things that were my fault. You know how people go, oh, this didn't happen to me because of this and because of that. And then when you confront yourself, you realize that many of the decisions that have taken you into this place that you hate were made by you. Right? It is true that many people hurt you, that many people disappointed you or betrayed you or whatever, or life hasn't been as kind. But many of the decisions are made by us,
Mm-hmm.
and many of the bad results are our fault. And once we recognize that, we will stop doing the shit that was, you know, that was hurting us in the first place, and it was being done by our own hand.
Oh, absolutely. That's real right there.
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
got Katie Taylor, Amanda.
They are amazing. I admire them all. Like I respect them all. I don't have that. I love to see them all doing so much, and it is amazing to see women rising like that. I think we could change a little bit of how we manage things, because it just seems like it's what is expected from us. Like I know that there's people that like that. I've never been like that, so I believe that to at least from my position and from everything that I've learned, and I'm also a 40-year-old woman, I have a lot more to give than, insults and humiliation.
Yeah. And I mean, if the rematch does happen between Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, who you got?
Um, they're so cool and they're so different. Listen, I believe I want to go for Serrano because she lost last time, and so it will be a great comeback the next fight. And it's always the trilogies are cool when the fights are war like that. I would go for Serrano, and also she's Latina and everything, and so I would like for her to win, and she deserves it too. But I overall, I think that Katie Taylor is much more skilled and much more a better boxer than Serrano is.
Okay. Now, granted, I think they're Ireland for the rematch. I don't know if that's going to play a major factor.
Well, I hope that if when I go out there in other places, I uh, I think that the people is cheering for me. I take it like that.
Okay.
I just embrace it like that. If they're not cheering for me, it doesn't matter. I'll take it that it was for me. That my husband and I do that because we don't. When 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 knowing yourself and knowing that external things can get you distracted, you have to find a plan for that. And so what?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we did. That's what we did. When I went to Fort Clarissa, I remember there was people out before I was getting out. There was people saying, "Hey, I'm just gonna kill you," and blah, 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 and being all intimidating and stuff. But my husband, and you can see in the video, my husband and I, we get a big laugh because somehow for the people that watch, they think that this aggression can be intimidating, but I've lived with aggression all my life, and I've boxed for many years, and right now, to be honest, there's very little that can make me feel intimidated or uh, in a vulnerable situation, and it is not definitely boxing. It is not. And it is not the fans trying to get me scared or anything. If anything, I'm the happiest to be able to get in the ring. And I'm the luckiest one because I'm a 40-year-old Costa Rican that nobody expected to do anything. And today it is much more, so much more about the legacy, um, my heritage. My grandfather, he used to work at the construction of the rails of the train here in Costa Rica, and they say he was so strong that he will put it up. How do you say it? Pull it up, and he was the only one that could do because it was so heavy. Then my grandfather was a street fighter. My father, he boxed and he classified for the Olympics of Moscow, but he didn't go because in Costa Rica, usually happens, but they gave the tickets and the space to other people, and they sent my dad to Mexico, and that was his his last chance. Then my mom got pregnant of me, and he didn't want to leave my mom to pursue his professional career. And so today I'm in this place, and I've come to acknowledge the fact that it is my heritage. I am the wildest dreams of my family, and I'm so honored and I'm so privileged today, and I'm so grateful that I am stepping into that ring with nothing but happiness and joy. I'm so excited.
I can't wait. We
Me
got
neither.
Gervonta Davis. No. Let me go back. Okay, I think it's Savannah Marshall and
Hmm.
what's her name? Francine Cruz. I
I
lost
heard that she's fighting in Savannah.
Savannah Marshall. Yeah. So I mean, what's your thoughts on Savannah Marshall on France?
I don't know if Savannah Marshall knows how to box going backwards. If she don't knows how to handle that, then Franchon will be a problem for her, because Franchon is strong. She is very strong, and she's I was supposed to fight her, so I was watching her, and she has this great jab, like comes with all the body, and if she gets that, she goes boom, 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 and is she throws very big, and it will be an uncomfortable fight for Savannah because she's much more calm, and I believe she manages well when the other fighter has that boxing skills. But I don't think Franchon, she's a good fighter, but she's not a great boxer because her boxing skills are um I not her boxing skills, her stance. She don't have much balance. She throws herself and she goes with the weight, and it's a very messy somehow. So I believe that for you to be a complete boxer, you have to have that. But she's a great fighter and she's very strong. So if Savannah Marshall doesn't know how to handle that much pressure backwards, and if she is not trained to handle that for a while, she will have problems. But also, Franchon seems to get seems. I'm sorry. Sometimes it's hard for me to speak. Um, Franchon seems to get out of gas quickly,
Mm,
so she's able to play her and manage that for 4 or 5 rounds. It should be easier for Savannah to handle the rest of the rounds.
Okay. Okay.
I never have a favorite. I always think not anything can happen in boxing. So
Oh, absolutely.
I,
Are you a fan of women's boxing going from 2 minutes to 3 minute rounds?
oh yeah. I uh, I wish, I hope, that our fight goes through 3 minutes.
Why won't they let you guys do that?
Well, I understand that the president of the WBA, Gilberto Mendoza, he supports that. So if I say I want to fight 3 minutes, the only thing it is for the other team to agree. But I don't know. I understand that it's happening now. So if it is not happening in all of the fights, I believe it's because of women. The women that are fighting are not, a fan of that. But because I'm a boxer of that goes from less to more. I believe that with 3 minute rounds, ain't nobody doing a lot with me after the seventh round.
You think it'll be a lot more knockouts?
Ooh, I don't I don't have time to work in 2 minutes. It is too fast. I,
Absolutely.
I usually I usually do rounds of 5 minutes. Then I go 4 and 3, to get closer to what it is. But we do 5 minutes, and so that's why guys get so many knockouts and such great fights, because the time makes you go deeper.
Mhm.
You have to go, you really have to scratch the surface. So I believe it's necessary for us also to be able to give better performances and results, and a better display.
Absolutely. We got Gervonta Davis against Ryan Garcia next weekend in Vegas. Who you picking?
Yeah. Well, like I said, I never have favorites. um Gervonta is he's so good. He's so good. um I think the reason why I don't really follow uh him is because of his outside, out of the boxing. I cannot separate, like most people, these things, because I believe um we need to hold accountable people for everything that they do. It is one person. It is not, you know it's not separated. But so I do not follow a lot on what is going on, and I don't, like I said, I don't. Maybe because I'm a boxer, and maybe because I'm an athlete, it is hard for me to get into the wordy war and be interested on that, because it's just words. I'm interested on the fight. But Ryan is so quick and has so much reach that I'm interested on knowing how is Gervonta gonna manage it. I still believe he got what it takes.
Mm,
I,
got it.
I think that Gervonta should come out with that if he move, the head, because he will have to be so quick, man, and the dipping has to be so on point.
Hmm.
Um, has to be so on point. But I believe he has that. Man has this advantage that at least me, or as a woman, don't have, and is being able to concentrate completely on the camp. I haven't had that, never. And I'm a mom of a 9-year old, and I'm a very involved mom. So it is not like if they offer me a camp, I'll be like, okay, so see you, right? I will never leave her. Um, in the fact that they're able to get into a camp and concentrate and work endlessly on the things that they have to, um, makes me believe that it's gonna be a great fight. I really, really hope that it's a very entertaining fight, because if not, it will be very disappointing.
Absolutely. Another big fight. Hopefully, we can finally get it done. Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford. How do you see that going?
Terence.
That's it. That's it. Just Terence. That's it. Wow.
Man, he's so complete. And I don't know. I think that his strength is his family. You when you have when you have a warrior like that with that much substance to fight for, it is tough. I don't I don't know. He seems to be the one that always want to keep that uh how do you say when family feel proud and they feel um
Like camaraderie. Like
no,
just every bunch
you,
together, just family.
it is just like what I've seen of him, and I've met him a couple of times, and he's all about his family. And he's very proud about what he does and why he does it, and it is always his family. That's why I believe he will not come into this fight, you know, seeking. He don't believe this is an equal fight,
Mm,
and he seems to always be training so hard. He's not. I have never heard of him underestimating really anybody. He is always proud about himself and everything, but he is always cautious, and so that makes me believe his mindset is different. I don't think he's gonna lose.
mm. Okay. We got Devin Haney against Lomachenko May 20th at Las Vegas. How do you see that fight going?
I think that some years ago we went. My husband fought Ray Beltran, and it was on a card with that Lomachenko was fighting against this Colombian guy. I believe he was I don't remember his name, or Cuba. No, I think he was Colombian, something like that. And he boxed him a lot. Like he passed punches, and he made Lomachenko look really bad that day. And so he pretty much gave everybody the
The blueprint.
receipt, the recipe for to manage him. And I believe if he hasn't changed his game, if he's the same today, there people already know what needs to be done.
Mm,
So let me say Haney for now.
okay. Okay. What's what's the final message that you have for Claressa Shields?
Well, I don't have a final message for her. The final message will be in the ring.
Mm,
Sh- Actually, when I gave my statement, I actually and it was that I was happy to fight her, that I was proud of her for everything that she has done because we met 5 years ago, and in the meantime, she has done so much. She has accomplished so much that I feel proud. Um, but nothing much to say. I am excited to be there this Tuesday. I'm gonna see her face to face, and you will for sure regret the day that you didn't fight me at 154.
mm, okay. Wow. Um, let the fans know where they can reach you at, champ.
Well, I only have an Instagram, Hanna Gabriels Oficial or Hanna Gabriels Official, but with that one F, like in Spanish. And that's the only way that you can reach me because Facebook was hacked, and I don't care about that. I'm a very happy woman. Social media is not my thing, but if you want to follow and if you want to support, I'm more than honored and privileged. And I hope that June the 3rd, you all get to win, because we are doing this for you to enjoy boxing. For the many ones that will fall in love with boxing. And so I hope that before I retire, I can reach the level of the boxer that I really want to become. And I hope that you guys have a blast.
Absolutely. Everybody order a pay-per-view. If you want to come into Detroit, support the fight, go out there. Let's make it happen, ladies and gentlemen. Hanna Gabriels, appreciate you for your time, champ.
You're welcome. It is my honor.
All right.